Oh, Megan. March 12th, it's Friday. What a petulant little baby you are. You know what? The only thing that matters about today's show is your unbelievably terrible behavior in the discussion about the crisis at the border. There's many things that I have to say about this. First of all, the United States has more than one border. But when we talk about the border, it's always the southern border. That's the only thing that we talk about. And when we talk about immigration reform, everybody's always focused on the southern border. People come from everywhere in the world into this country. And it's always just, well, now, because that's the only thing that Trump talked about, other than the shithole African countries, because he's a fucking racist. You know, he wanted more people to come here from Finland. Okay, I would like more people from Finland. I'd like more people from everywhere. But we get stuck on this conversation about immigration solely at the southern border. And I know that was a very specific discussion about what's going on down there, and we'll talk about that. But it really infuriates me that we aren't talking about, when we talk about immigration and immigration reform, we're talking about people that come here from all over. You're also talking about people who come here from Canada. It's right there. And I'm going to take a note out of your book, Megan. That's where my family came from. I'm a first generation American from Canadians. I'm now what you'd call an anchor baby. So immigration to me is an important thing. And I know I'm making it personal, and this is the thing I complain to you about all the time, but it's really fucking frustrating that it's always about, and from the last administration, the message has been, when we talk about immigration and we talk about border control, it's basically the dirty brown people. And that is disgusting. So there are a myriad of ways to immigrate to this country, and getting to the border and asking for asylum is a legitimate way to get into the country. And the problem we have is that the last administration demonized anyone coming across the southern border at all. Build a wall. And took away all of the resources that have been available at the border for people to get processed. So this administration has inherited a complete disaster at the southern border. Complete disaster. And your co-hosts were absolutely correct in that there's an uptick of people trying to cross the border because Trump is no longer president. They'd finally figured out he doesn't want us. He's going to put us in jail and separate us. We got to not go. He's not there anymore. Let's give it a shot. Does the Biden administration probably need to do a better job at sending the message? You know what? Hey, can you hold on? Wait till we get it together first? Yes, they could do that. But for you to sit there and berate your co-hosts about saying that they've been there for 50 days, they inherited a mess, they're trying to figure it out, and you just blast like a fucking, petulant. I don't want to insult you. I don't want to say the words that I'm thinking, but unbelievably ignorant, arrogant, and asshole behavior coming from you, just talking over everyone, talking through everyone to get through these fucking talking points that, yes, they are Republican talking points. Don't fucking try to deny that. That are on your husband's website, that are on Tucker Carlson. It's bullshit. No one, for you to tell your co-hosts that they are advocating for children being in cages is bullshit. It's such a disingenuous argument. This is when I wish you guys were all on the same table together so they could throw shit at you. Which wouldn't hurt because it would be like a coaster. I mean, I'm not trying to advocate harm to you. That was an appalling display today, Meghan. And it's interesting. You pull this shit when Whoopi's not there. Because Whoopi doesn't put up with it. You're a terrible person. And you shouldn't be on TV. And if you think what you're doing by talking over people and being this petulant, needling, hyperbole speaking pundit is helping anything, you're sorely mistaken. You're not helping anything. You're not helping the Republican agenda. Well, I guess you are, because the Republican agenda is really just misinformation. So I take that statement back. That's all you guys are about. Make the Democrats look bad, lie to everybody, but don't actually ever do anything to help anyone. What a way to end the week, Meghan. Really. I think you're a terrible person. I still don't honestly believe that you believe all the things that you say. I think that this is all an act so that you can get attention. Just like Tucker Carlson, just like all of the Fox News, just like all of the bullshit Republican leadership. And Joy is 100% correct. Where was the Republican outrage at the border? The only border we have. At the southern border over the last 4 years. Such hypocrisy. You can all go fuck yourselves.